What's happening? Uh, Give me a second here. Let's get this all set up. Let's do some fun things with tones of the screen here. As the screen is kind of bright. Hmm. Let's make it more like a sketch. This could be fun. Mm-hmm. I always liked sepia. Let's stick with sepia. Oh, hi. I'm Zen. Who are you? What are you doing here? Okay, just rolled out of bed and here I am. There you are. If you don't know what L.O.A is, it's the law of attraction, which I don't think is a law per se, but we will discuss it. What's up, Earth? What are you doing? Let's talk about what the law of attraction means. And we also have to keep in mind when we consider laws that it's a loose form of saying what they want to say. Because there are more than one supposed law. There's only one overarching law, and that's metaphysics and the law of the mind, creating something. That's what it is. When someone says the law of attraction, that's what they mean. But within there's a law of preponderance, the law of sex, gender. There's a law of, there's a bunch of them. I think 9 of them, if I'm not mistaken. But essentially, what the law of attraction means and states is, and as I've called it before, something of a boomerang effect of things. You put something out there and it comes back to you. And the law of attraction is a consistent, constant meditation on something. What is going on, spirit? Chilling. I was gonna play some tunes here in a second, but I thought we might talk about consistent meditation and how you tend to get what you expect. And there's things that get in the way of doing this, and we'll get into what those things are. Let's just get into that right now. What keeps people from this meditation of let's say goodness, of positivity? And it's because you've had so many weird things, bad things, wrong things happen, things that didn't seem to line up with your best expectations. And why do these things happen? Because we've thought things like this before. We think, we observe, we watch the future happen, then we think about the past, what happened, and then we think about what we're thinking. We have these 3 places. They all reside in the mind. Okay. The future and the past don't exist. Grab the future or grab the past. You can't. It doesn't exist. It exists inside of your mind. So that's where everything exists. But if we can extrapolate something, we have an idea about what might happen in the future and what might happen in the past. And because we so frequently get all sorts of different things as gifts from the universe, as a boomerang, as something that's coming back to you because of thoughts, that we oftentimes mistake and say everything is just it's just a grand chaotic thing, and who knows, it's just coincidence if I get something good and when something bad happens. But it's because we can't stay focused on it's like a teeter-totter, it's a balance. If we can stay focused on what you'd consider positive things, good things. I don't like the word positive, negative in the sense, there's plenty of negative things that you don't have to like someone. You don't have to want something. So we don't focus on that. We focus on what we do want. And if we can focus more often on what we do want, we'll tend to get that. But if we're just randomly, as we're sitting around, having these thoughts go through or having these visualizations of things that we don't want or things in the past that happened bad, those shower conversations you'll have where you'll be having an argument or something, or you'll be just thinking about something whack that happened in the past. Well, get rid of those. That's the point of being on your toes mentally, so you can adjust what you're focused on, what you're thinking. Here's another way of understanding it. You can't control how other people will view you. You can't control how other people will like you or not like you. You can't control whether or not, had an argument in the past and maybe they'll forgive you or maybe you'll forgive you. None of these things those are separate. So you have to, everything is baseline right now. So you can go, well, whatever, let's focus on what can happen is positive or good. And most people are too caught up in those conversations, those arguments that you wanted to win, that you came up with that clever, funny thing to say in the next day or 10 minutes later, you're like, oh, those are over. Those are, the only thing you can do with those is re-envision those in your mind and adjust the past in your mind. That's what you'll do. But as far as the law of attraction, what do you want attracted to you? It's not, you don't get the law of attraction just because you've once or twice thought about something good. Because if you're consistently thinking about something negative, no wonder that is what you get. So it's a matter of, just like breathing. If you forget about breathing, you'll become a very shallow breather and you'll lose spirit. If you think more about your breath, you can control your thoughts more, because your thoughts are very much how much oxygen you're getting into your brain is allowing you to think differently. You're taking on something that happens anyways, your breath, and turning it into a focus. Thinking about breathing, then all of a sudden we're putting all of the other thoughts to the side, so then we can go, well, what is it that I do want to think about? And then you go there, and you think about that, and then you picture it and envision it. And you go to the things that you want, and every time you find your mind sliding into the funk, you just have to pull it out. It's because the worst things you think never really happen, because somehow your humans have the, oh, I don't know, it's like, you know how you almost get in a car accident, you almost this, or you almost fell on the thing, almost, because your mind will always err on the self-preservation. So all of your mental, like, oh my gosh, the world's gonna end, and da 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 da, those things, your mind is strong enough to go, well, that's not really gonna happen. You're not that much of a pessimist, a fatalist. You're not. No one is. And if they were, they're not here. So you don't get the worst, but you get a lot of bull. You get the garbage. So start getting rid of thinking about the garbage and think about the things that you do want. So meditation, it doesn't mean sit down in some absurd posture. It means you could sit down at a restaurant, a bar, a bookshop, whatever you go, whatever you do. You could, right now, you could be walking. I like a walking meditation myself. I think that does a lot. Well, I know it does a lot from a physiological standpoint and a mental standpoint, that the left-right motion of the arms and the legs and the swaying causes the brain to balance, and you get to use more of your brain. I think walking meditation is highly, not underrated, but not spoken about. Everybody's like, oh, you got to sit down. No, when you sit down, your brain's going to be scattered all over the place. It's not going to be, it takes years and years of developing how to meditate properly while sitting. And I don't think it's a good idea for most people. I think there's part of time, and go for it if you're comfortable sitting there. But most people, their mind's going to be, because their body isn't. It's the same reason that monks use mala beads, because they're using the left hand to keep their right brain, right, and they're keeping parts. They're using their right hand, they're keeping the left brain busy. So they're doing something to lock in part of their brain on a rhythm, and that rhythm of walking is the same thing. Where if you're just sitting down, your brain's all over the place. I don't think it's a very smart tactic to, like, okay, everybody sit down. Everybody in the room, if everybody's just starting meditation, starting yoga, doing all of this, it's not going to be very effective, and most people will quit. However, if you just say, go just take a walk, it's one of the healthiest things you can do. What is going on, Christopher Lee? Yeah, like if you're sitting down, then you need something that you're doing. Like if I'm gonna play some music, and that keeps me focused on something, and I can still meditate on other things, but it's keeping one part of my mind busy, so it doesn't just run off and um, like Hanuman, the monkey mind. It doesn't just run around the whole thing, just whatever a monkey does, just running around acting, being weird and playful, making messes. So you have to calm the monkey mind. I did a video on this a long time ago. Um, so I think it's even on this channel. I don't know if I took it down though. Yeah. So welcome. What's going on, everybody? You continue. You meditate, continue on movement without even really. Yeah, you don't decide to, especially when the movement is done this way. It's the same reason that have you ever walked in an infinity? It's called an infinity circle or infinity loop. Put two chairs or two trees or just two things, two cones, whatever, and just walk. And so you're walking in a direction that you take a left turn, and you come around and you take a right turn, and you're causing a. And so there's actually this is used for kids that have like autism and things that can really help with how their brain functions. That and going through a maze, going through a what are those things called? Those a labyrinths and infinity circles or infinity loops. Those two things, those meditations there, because now you're focused and you're doing something, and your body is capturing part of your mind to focus on something, only allowing one aspect of the mind to work. Where if you're just sitting there again, it allows for too much chaos. Christopher Lee, why can I see you now? Because this is my other channel, I suppose. I don't know. I can see you on this channel. I can't see you on my other one. I don't know. So I think it's a good idea. So there's other things you can do. So in sitting meditation, there's a reason that they'll use singing bowls or sounds and things that keeps your mind focused somewhere. Sitting in a quiet meditation, like obviously going into a dark room, doing a dark room meditation is extremely awesome, but it can be a little bit chaotic. Getting into a isolation chamber, like the ones with the water that has salt in it, and you just kind of float there. The float chamber, floating devices, those are awesome. I mean, those are doing a little two deeper things. One is getting you back to the birthing, like the birthing canal, where everything is dark and empty, and that is heavy duty. And you can do a lot of healing and projection of thought in there. But in a standard meditation, because there's lots of different types of meditation. Standard meditation, I think the easiest thing is to you still need a focus, whether it's walking or mala beads or music or something that keeps one aspect of your mind focused, that allow your other creative endeavors to sink in, and you're using different parts of your mind at the same time. What's up, Skull? What you doing? Yeah, well, that's spirit. That's the thing is when you have, when you're listening to, you're doing the mala beads, you're bringing it to the moment, which allows the other aspect of the brain. Because if you have them both just all over the place, you don't know where they are. One's thinking about the past, one's contriving up some future endeavor. Then parts of your mind is like, well, what's going on right now? Am I breathing right? I mean, that's why they tell you in a lot of meditation, the focus is breathing. But unless you have someone telling you that, or have something on like YouTube or whatever, it's hard to stay focused on that, because you're going to forget that, because it's not something you've been trained to do throughout your life. So you need something a little more directive. Eventually you can get to the point where you can sit and breathe and meditate, and then your breath is that's the key to it. Eventually, I just think that it's just like people asking me about, long-term fasting, dry fasting, Like, it's like you're getting ahead of the game, and I think sitting meditation is well ahead of what people should be doing, because we weren't trained to do that from youngster. So we have too many things going on that's going to get in the way of that being the best way to do something. So what else, everybody? What's going on? There's a bunch of different thoughts I had this morning. I mean, they tend to be revolved around dealing with the outer realm. But the best way to deal with the outer realm is deal with the inner realm. But again, as I like to point out, that the physical world, the objective world, as much as everything is mental and subjective, and everything is subject to our thought, we still have the residual, the residue, the dead world that is sitting here. This is all sitting here. It's what's been projected from collecting ideas of the future and things that we've collected from the past and become this outer realm. And it has to be consistent that we think about the future differently to access a different future. It's like jumping timelines. People talk about that way. There's lots of ways you talk about this. Different space. Everything exists now. Everything there's reality sitting on top of realities. Certainly. But unless you're heavy dosed on some psychedelics, or you're in some super meditation, you're not going to get to that frequency, that other modulation. And even if you get there, can you stay there? It'd be a difficult challenge. So it's a matter of consistently creating something new. It's like if your house is a mess, you have to clean it. If your mind is a mess, you have to clean it. It's not. You can't just go, well, I hope somebody cleans the house. You can't, it takes an effort and reminder to yourself. I mean, why do you forget to do things? I don't know. Maybe set it on a clock. Hey, every 15 minutes, pay attention. I used to have a meditation bell on my phone that it would just go off I could set it to anything I wanted, and it would just go cha-ching, and it would just bring me back to the center. And I should probably set that back up on my phone, and I suggest you all do that too, so that way it's just a little reminder to, hey, where are you? What are you doing? It's like reality checks. Are you dreaming right now? Are you dreaming? Have you asked it's been 20 minutes. Have you asked yourself this entire time? No, you probably didn't even ask yourself. When you woke up, you should ask yourself that. Did you ask yourself that yesterday? Probably not. Yeah, there it is. Spirit. Yeah, I mean, it is reflective. You're projecting it, and it's reflective off you bring in this information, you always bring it in, you're breathing, and then you spit out reality. Now, to say that I'm doing that right now, of course I am, but am I changing the form of my bed and the shape of this? No, I'm not that. Obviously, there's not too many magicians, humans, mankind, whatever alien species that are doing that. Although I suppose there are some. It's how quickly you can make these things manifest, which is the power of your kundalini, I suppose, your auric field, your just general will and focus. I'm just going, of course I'll have that. I deserve that. The world was yours, right? The world is yours, but the world is mine. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't it be? Who was it made for? Everybody has little bits and pieces of it. Most people just choose to have less than what is. They can have anything they want. They just choose to have less because they've been told they don't deserve. They're told, no, you don't deserve it. But you have to start saying, I don't deserve the bullshit. What I deserve is all of this splendor and glory and wonder. And I deserve to eat well if you want to eat well. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be rich. I deserve to be whatever. I deserve to be comfortable. I deserve to have good friends. I deserve these things. These are my things. I want this. I desire this. Why not? Why? It's not about humbling yourself, and it's not about being a narcissist. We won't get too far in narcissism because there's a big difference between narcissists and people that just accept their gifts, their presents, their blessings, if you want to call it that. There's a big difference. Expectations. And what are your expectations? If you continue to expect like, you probably get the like literally. If you asked me years ago if I could go out and, you know, get laid or something, you know, or come across something that I really wanted, it would happen. And lately I just haven't wanted to do certain things, so that's what I get. There's a certain times I've had more items, and certain times I wanted to create and build things, other times I don't. And there's like things will come in my life, but it takes a little bit of time. It's just like manifesting something like you want an elephant. How much do you believe that? And if you could really have an elephant, would it make any sense for it to show up like in a business meeting? It doesn't make sense. So there needs to be kind of a cushion between how strong your belief and will is and when you want it to occur, because it's the universe going, you sure about that? It gives you, this is why bad things don't immediately happen. It's why good things don't immediately happen, because the universe goes, are you sure? I just want to double check with you. I'm going to triple check with you, because if that's what you want, if you've already locked it in and then you just go, okay, I believe it to be so, and then you leave it alone, you'll get it. But sometimes you don't really believe it, so the universe is like, well, is that really what you want? And it will. You can say, you can dismiss an order from the universe. You can. It's like going to a restaurant. You put an order and say, oh, oops, excuse me, I don't want that. I want something else. They'll change your order. Well, that's what you get an opportunity to do. You get a window of time, space, to go, is that really what you want? Yeah, indecisiveness. I think Alan Watts explained that the best when he said, if you were to meet God and God said, what do you want? Most people wouldn't know. It's like getting a genie. You think you only get one wish or three wishes, and that's just not the story. The original story is you can rub that lamp as many times as you want, and you can wish for something from the genie, and then just go like, oh, you can unwish it. Just remember, there is that cushion for in this in this reality, because it has to be. Because if you made manifest everything that you thought, this place would be filled with utter. This would be crazy. It's already a weird place, but we get that time delay. What's up, Super Champ? Oh yeah. I figured I would do that as as much as this is a is a journal or a diary for myself to remind myself, because I forget too. Obviously, if I didn't forget as often as I do, I would have I'd have more different things. There's a lot of things that I'm missing out on because I didn't put my order in properly with the universe. So change that. You can always just change what you're doing. You're going that way. You can always just turn around. You can always just go a different direction. It's like it's like it's like when your mother told you, go to the store and get me milk. Don't forget to get the milk. Here it gives you a list. Do not forget the milk. What you heard is forget the milk. The universe doesn't hear not. It's kind of like using the internet. If you put in don't find me cute puppies, I don't want to see cute puppies, it doesn't hear the first part. It only sees the image. It sees cute puppies. You know what I mean? It's not there's like the image is most important, and it's suggestive, right? Let's see if I can make this a little more clear. If I'm like, you will, this is not what you're looking for. You will not remember this. Forget this. That suggestion that is these are not the clones you're looking for. Whatever they say. that is a suggestive form of hypnotism. So if your mother completely continues to remind you to forget something, you will forget that. Just because she says don't forget that, the thing doesn't hear don't. It hears forget that. It doesn't hear don't. You can quadruple, triple, negative, whatever you want. You could hear, remember to get the milk. You'll probably get it. She goes, don't forget the milk. You hear forget the milk. So you have to change the way that you think it, which then in turn changes the way you speak it. You can. It's an effort sometimes to change the way that you use language. Try it. Like, think about the common core of words that you use on a daily basis to communicate with people. And then go out the next day and just change it up. Change the way you talk. Change what you say. Change your vocal inflection, your speaking patterns, the words you use. Good ways to do that is read a thesaurus. I don't know. Look at a dictionary. Read a new book. Watch a new movie. You'll hear different words. Watch. It's not just about reading. There's all sorts of ways you can ingest information so that way you can process it and use it differently. If you watch the same movie over and over again, if you watch the same, you're gonna speak the same. You're gonna be the same. I mean, if you're doing well and you're enjoying it, continue. But having a larger vocabulary and command of that vocabulary is super powerful. Because if you're using spell casting, if you're crafting up all of this different language in this word-based world that you're creating, then obviously having a larger set of signs, symbols, and words that you can use, you're going to be unlocking different doors. So attempt, try, make an effort to use different language. Mm-hmm. Well, it's commanding it, and energetic, meaning, well, the energetics is you could have as much energy in you, but it's the belief in it. Like, once you make it's making small wins at first. It's like making a sigil, or expecting small things, because you don't not believe it. You don't not believe. Like, look at here. Well, it's over there. Like, I get scratch offs all the time, and I tend to win. Only a few bucks, but I win. Because I don't think I'll lose. I'm probably up on scratch offs, but I don't really have it in me to believe I'm going to win the top prize. Now, if I happen to go, okay, I've been winning dollars and $5 here and there. If I go, well, I think I can win $10 right now. I'm pretty sure I can. In fact, I know I can. In fact, that one is a winner. If I start there, that will start to happen. And you build up the next level of wins. That's the most people should go through that. Most people aren't just jumping to focused on for 3 years. I'm gonna win the lottery. I'm gonna win the lottery. That's I don't know. I don't know if that's the way to do it. Why don't you just go? I'm gonna win something small. I'm gonna make this little thing, and then these things build up into more and more tiny little things that then become medium-sized things, and then whatever. Because that's what will enable you to focus on commanding something. Because then you know it works. You're not gonna. How can you know it works if you keep asking for a Lamborghini and there's really you don't believe it and you don't get it? Then you know this shit doesn't work. Oh yeah, if I just believe I win the lottery, I will. Well, that's obviously you're not playing. There's a lot of other people playing. They have stronger belief than you. It's not gonna happen, and the odds are not in your favor because you don't believe it. You guys want it? You guys want a tune? Here, I'll just put this on the background. Can you hear this? While I talk. Some more kind of like 80s, 90s, 80s hip hop. So yeah, what's going on? What do you guys want to get into? What do you want to talk about? You guys want to? Let me try to unpack this here. You said yeah. I mean, the second part, be force and power, which is your belief. It's true, but it takes you to make it happen. You don't have to see the wins from an ego perspective. I disagree fully on that because I think this whole getting rid of the ego is the biggest load of malarkey, nonsense, tomfoolery. Because your ego is it's a compilation of your experiences and your personality. Your ego, if you're letting it run ahead of you, will get away from you and you'll follow your ego. But if you encompass it and you use it as a tool, like look at anybody that is popular in media. You think Russell Brand or Joe Rogan or any of these people, you don't think they're using their ego for a purpose? Like they have a personality and a character trait that is built on their ego, their influences, their beliefs, their thoughts, that all becomes the ego. They don't let that run ahead of them and make make chaos and a mess. They use that to provide something for themselves. So the idea of your ego needs to know you're winning. I don't see it not that way. Because if you don't, I mean, if you just dismantle it completely and you're coming from the point of a puppy or a baby, or you're not gonna have any way of you're just gonna be sitting around going, drooling. The ego is an important part of this existence we have, because without it, you're not gonna dress the way you do. You're not gonna communicate the way you do. You're not gonna have the thought forms that you go, oh, that's what I like. Like ego is also connected to your desires. This whole world is effectively run on your desires. So to say don't have an ego and have desires is anti-life, because you desire water if you're thirsty. You desire a good meal if you want to have this experience. You desire social interaction. You desire sex. You desire anything, a comfortable bed. You desire warmth. You desire these things. It doesn't escape that, and that's If you're without the ego, then you can sit there and just go, so, but surely, yeah, you just have to, it's the mentality of, I mean, where do you get your mentality is a deeper question. It's the influx of all the experiences you had and what you expect in the future. And mostly people are stuck in the experiences that they've had, and they think that's only going to repeat themselves. I mean, they don't necessarily believe they're going to repeat themselves, but they tend to, because they get stuck in whatever they've, who are you? What do you do? Like, what do you, and they'll be like, they'll say, I'm a janitor. They'll give you their job title. So that's what they are. And that's what they think. And that defines them and confines them to a certain place, to a set of experiences that they're going to repeat. If they say, I'm an infinite creative individual, then that changes everything. Still does not dismiss past experiences and future expectations and desires, and doesn't dismiss the ego. You have to learn to use the ego for, whatever you want. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Spirit. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we live in a world of very much what you'd call chaotic, uncontrollable things, but we organize it. That is the true meaning of order out of chaos. Everything is this. Things are just, and if they're doing this thing, space and time and little things flying around there, and they they coalesce and come together and create a chair or an experience with someone or whatever it is. But they come together to make that. So we take that really strange, like, soup of ether and plasma and everything around us, and we compress it into something, a physical item, an interaction, feeling. Yeah, I just have to. I think it just bears repeating most of the time, the ego thing, because so many people are on that destroy the ego, kill the ego, and everyone that talks about that and like killing the ego, they're the most egotistical people I've ever met. And their ego is not, good, bad, and different, but usually they even have a bigger ego. Because their entire identity is the fact that they think they killed their ego, but it's sitting there on full display for people to interact with, and they become someone that killed their ego. No, you didn't. Sorry, buddy, you didn't do it. You can't. I just like that. That's just for me a reminder, because too many people really come through with that kind of notion, not understanding what it is. They heard somebody say kill the ego once. Like, if you killed your, what would you be? What could you be? Let me go. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Yeah, I gotta go fill up a cup. What would you be if you killed your ego? How's that? I mean, what would you end up doing? I think I'll do a whole video on that, but that's a very important question. Is if you were somehow capable of destroying your ego, what do you think you'd be left with, and what would you do? How would you do anything? How would you even have thought? How would you convey messages? How would you because you'd have to get rid of your experiences. So if you get rid of your experiences, then you don't even know how English works. You don't even, you can just get rid of the past, get rid of what you think of the future, just live in the now. That's goofy. Because it doesn't work that way. Yes, we're all right now here, and it's always right now, yes. But you're only defining now based upon the past and the future. Again, they exist only in your mind, but you still have those things that exist from what has occurred. Like, obviously, I don't have a Porsche right now here, and I've never owned one in my past that I can say I've driven that and touched that. But my future, I'm certain of it. Why not? That's what I want. So I'm still using that now. If I get rid of my ego, I have no frame of reference. So what do you become? How do you interact with the world? I don't think you can. I think a clear way of putting it for people is here's a clear way of putting it. If you look at a computer and you were to erase the operating system, how would you operate? Because the ego is part of the operating system. You're gonna get rid of all your hardware? Even if you just got rid of all your software, it's not gonna function. You're gonna download new software, but you're not gonna know how any of it works because you got rid of your ego, and your ego seems to be the hardware or the operating system. Get rid of those, and you don't function. Yeah, detaching from limiting trauma. Yeah, it's like saying that was an experience, and everyone has their traumas, but just not letting it run your life or define you. Certainly, we all have well, maybe more subconscious or early life or post-traumatic stress disorders and traumas. But it's a matter of defining them, seeing them, and then going, well, you know what? That's something that happened, and fuck it. That's not gonna affect the way that I think, believe, or observe the future and what I'll access and what I want and what I should get. It's like somebody tells you you're not good enough your whole life and you'll believe it. Get rid of that. Fuck what they said. Fuck what they heard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Detaching from the, yeah, because those things, because yes, exactly. Those things don't define you. Your traumas and your ego, and your wins and your losses, they don't define you. Just because you were good at something, use it the other direction. Here, use it in the other direction. We talk about traumas and things that are limiting from the past. Traumas from the past. There's also things that you did well in the past that are also limiting. The old guy was like, oh, I could have been a professional hockey player. I could have been stuck in that. Could have been like they were good then. I was really good at. I used to play for even if they were professional, whatever. That's if they're stuck in that. Even though that was a win for them, they're stuck in something. So that's almost traumatic too, because now they don't have that, and they want that back. They want that feeling. It's like transitioning what your expectations are. You can't get stuck in what you could have been, what you wanted to be, what you were, good or bad. It doesn't matter. Find something new. I mean, if you wanted to be, if you wanted to give it a shot again and do that again, go for it. Yeah, healing in effect is multifaceted. Because there is when you're healing a wound or something, there's sometimes pain that goes with it. But the other part of healing is like you say, what word did you use here? It's like you're opening that space up. If you have a wound that just keeps opening up, that's a That's like a blockage for just going, allowing it to heal and going, okay, that's not a pain point anymore. That's not something that's gonna cause me anxiety or trauma or trigger or whatever. And now these things, they become less and less. It's like if you ever have, things in your life happen. I mean, they should become less and less as time heals all wounds, kind of thing. That's a lot of people keep wounds open, and they keep relying. They identify with their wounds. It was put into us through. I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't feel like playing the psychology game now. But certainly through schools, parenting, religion, and government and science, all telling you no and telling you that you're a sinner and telling you that you're broken. They continually do that. You're broken. You're a sinner. You're not built correctly. Like, gotta cut those tonsils out. Gotta cut this out. rather than finding out what the root cause is, why somebody has tonsillitis or whatever, or finding out why and dealing with that, they just go get rid of the thing. It's not. It's not. So you're basically given a world that gives you infinite possibility, but then you're continually told that you're failing and that you're a sinner, that you're broken, that you don't, and that's we rely on that and we identify with that. So we should instead not say we're getting older. You'd say you're getting wiser, more experienced. You're getting larger. You're getting more adaptable. You're getting more adapted to the environment. You know more. This whole idea that the more you know is the less you know. I don't like the idea. Of course, the more that I know I don't know much of anything. But certainly, in the grand scheme of things, it was always the same amount to know, and I certainly do know more today than I knew, 10 years ago. So why wouldn't I rest my laurels on that idea that I'm continually upgrading my experience and my ideas? When too many people just go, well, no, now you know. Actually, you know less. See the confusion? We're playing war is peace and all that, and up is down, and that's the same game. People get stuck in their like mental bondage. What time is it here? 11 o'clock on the dot. So what else here? Okay, so solutions for this. Try to go back to the old way I made videos. So the solution seems to be to take part of your day and it's this old statement by some monks and some yogis that would say, hey, do you have a half an hour to meditate today? And the person says, I don't have time. So you don't have time to meditate an hour, or for half an hour? Then you need to meditate an hour. If you don't have time to meditate an hour, meditate for 2. That's the point, is you need to take some of your day to focus on what you want. Because normally we're just spinning our wheels and tires. Our tires are our rights, our wheels are our will. We're just spinning it. See, spinning your will, your rights, spinning it in a circle, getting the same thing, rather than just locking in and going, okay, where do I want to go, what do I want? And meditating on it. It doesn't mean sitting down again. It can be anywhere, any way you want it, but take some time and go, what is it? And if you really are into it, you can get yourself a pen and a piece of paper and draw out your vision board. You can write something to yourself, or you could step it up and make yourself a sigil. You do some sigil magic. That takes focus from your from your conscious brain and puts it into an image that then sits in your subconscious mind, and basically like it develops like an embryo or an egg, and it hatches eventually. And it also gives you that whatever time to consider it. What am I writing down? Here's a symbol, a sigil that I'm making, and that right there alone is concreting something in your mind, and then your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, because you're considering it, and then you get rid of it. But you've spent that 30 minutes that you didn't spend before. You can spend all the time you want just daydream about shit, and that's helpful to a degree, but unless you're certain of it. Yeah, I mean that's a big thing that I always get into, like perceived value and actual value of anything. Like, what is the actual value? Like, we don't live in a world of very much actual value. We live in perceived value, and most of the time our perception is things that really don't have value. We put a high degree of value on these. You know, it's not to say material substances don't have value, because they do, but we take material substances that are very pointless, like a mark, like a marketing, like an icon for Nike or swoosh, or we identify with that as if it's important. Now sometimes it is, but we give it a higher value in our mind, when in reality there's plenty of other things that have a more real value that we need to focus on. Like, what really has value to certain people that are broke, they're focused on name brand expensive items. That's making them broke, because they're not going to get them, and if they do, they've wasted their energy on those things that have a perceived value, rather than going, what actually do you need? What do you require? What do you desire? And it wouldn't be those things. You really desire a designer bag? I know too many people that go, oh, I just like it. So you can carry things around in a bag, and people can see that you have a Fendi, a Gucci, a whatever. For what? It's not getting you anything. And if it does, you carry a nice bag and wear a designer whatever, like, what is that getting you? It's not going to obtain you what you really wanted. Yeah, my palm was itching. What is palm? What does itchy palm mean? Spirit. What does the itchy palm mean? It's not like, okay, so your ear ringing. Rebecca, you got some designers? Nice. Oh, sweet. That's what it is, because my hand is very fucking itchy right now. And I've been really focused on that, because lately I haven't had as much financial resources that I require. And it would be nice. And I'm actually, I've been so tired of, I don't mind living hand to mouth. I respect people who do it. I respect the years of doing it, and some days not eating because I don't have it, but I also know that it's multifaceted, where I know that fasting is also good for me, and but like I'm kind of done with that, and my level of spiritual awareness and spiritual energy should match my financial energy. It should, and it will. It has. Well, well, if itchy palms mean money is coming, then I'm gonna put some black pepper on my palms or something. Whatever makes my palms itch. I mean, whatever it is, it already was. And I've also, I think part of it too, because I had a little, bout of depression or whatever, and now I'm on the other side of that. I've been feeling really quite excellent every day, despite all the nonsense. And I've also given a lot of thought to something Savan Bomar said a long time ago, and he's like, he was wondering why, when he was giving things away to homeless people and whatever, like helping people out, and then he's like, he's downloaded this idea that he's like, I'm giving my energy to people that don't deserve it. And I've done that oftentimes. I mean, sometimes, yes, I know people require like a snack or, a jacket or whatever, and I give shit away all the time. But I'm at the point where I'm just not interested in doing that anymore. Not to be selfish, but because just like I've said in every one of my videos, take care of yourself first, so that way you can help others out. I get to the point of helping myself out just enough, and then I help out other people. I'm avoiding that now. I'm not going to go out of my way to continually give to everyone else. Like, I'm happy to give, to invest with people, invest my time, my energy, even finances, but I got to build up that chi, got to build up that energy, huh? Wait. Yo, Rebecca, what do you mean? It ain't coming from you, but the unseen. Well, awesome. That's cool. the unseen influences. I mean, I've always considered that too. There's always in masonry, it's always said that the toughest thing to do, and this is what when you reach a certain level, is you give gifts and you don't tell the person where it came from. You don't. It's like these people on the internet that they'll go out and they'll film it for the internet clout and for the subs and thinking they'll get something in return. Here's $100 to this, thinking they did this great service, but do it without anybody knowing it. So I've always considered that. I mean, I've done that plenty of times for people, but but what does it mean? It's not coming from me because I'm about to appeal to you? What is that? What does it mean, appeal to me? What do you mean by this? Oh, you said I'm always fine. Oh shit. Oh, you mean like you like you're saying like you a little snack or something. You're like a main course or like a little snack. Let me find a little something to put on the background here. Oh, hey, Rebecca, I'm sure somebody else will talk if they want to. You talking about when I was wearing I'm wearing, this is green. You talking about I was wearing that green hoodie? You just watch for a tad. Now I don't know what to say. Now I got nobody to interact with. Hey, maybe I'll have a sip of some coffee. Maybe that will lubricate my brain. I'm all of it. Now you see, yeah. I was in the middle of that conversation. Now I'm lost out here in the middle of the ocean. Oh. What to talk about? What's the next subject matter? What should we dig into here? You know that thing's green, right? Me? Um, yes. Yes, I am. I'm working on this. I'm working on this. I have the damnedest of time of taking any type of compliment, and I've explained this before. And it's because if I take compliments, someone says, "Oh, you're so smart. You're so intelligent." And then I go and it builds me up, and I go, "Oh, thank you." I've perceived in the past that then if someone says you're a dumb shit and you're an idiot, you're a fool, then I actually have to take that to the same level of importance, and I'm getting rid of that. Where I'll take a compliment, but if someone insults me, that's your filthy silly opinion. So in that way, I'll take the good things and throw the garbage out. If you got something good to say, if you got some good food to feed me, I'll take it. I think that's a good way of looking at it too. If someone were to offer you some trash, some food that you don't like, that you don't want, that's just garbage, you don't accept it. Somebody offers you something good, you accept it. People should do that with their thoughts as well. Somebody offers you something good, awesome. They offer you something that is not inviting or encouraging, or then you just go, leave that at the door. Get rid of it. Throw it with the rest of the trash. Yeah, you'd figure if I was as intelligent as I know that I am, I would turn that into I don't know, financial freedoms rather than just having mental freedom. I have not applied that so much recently into financial freedoms. Although that's what I'm doing now, because I'm tired of being just more intelligent and wise or whatever. It doesn't. It's like application into what you want it to be. Like just because I can paint, just because I can draw, if I don't do it, what do I get? Oh yeah. It's yeah. People that are saying something soulfully versus manipulating. Yeah, that I can't do. I don't have it in me because I used to work in a lot of different businesses. Sales. I used to sell a lot of things, cars and shit. And I realized that people would buy things from me because they liked me. And I couldn't discern the fact that that's a good thing. I wasn't manipulating people into buying a car because it was a piece of trash, and I wasn't getting over on them. But they would buy a car for more than it's worth. They would just, but at the time, I had this perception that that's I can't use what I am to gain something. And this is years and years ago. And now I'm kind of like, yeah, but kind of I should. Burp God. Oh. See the dilemma? Well, maybe that's not the right way to say it. Well, I think for most people, the dilemma with feel it is it's like telling someone, hey, you're depressed, don't be depressed. You're anxious, don't be anxious. You can't just do that. You can't just feel in opposition to what it is. Like if you get struck in the leg with somebody kicks you in the shin, it's gonna hurt, and you're gonna feel that way. You can't just dismiss that initial feeling. You can alter it after a little bit, but the initial, like, feel the abundance. You gotta. This is why I was talking earlier about, like, you gotta take the little wins and build on those, because those little things they turn into big things. It's like, a bunch of pennies will become $1. A bunch of dollars turn into $100. A bunch of $100 turn into 1,000. A bunch of thousands turn into tens of thousands. So getting out of the mental game that people get stuck in of living in a scarcity, a city of scare, of fear, of not having a lot, and living in abundance, is not just a quick jump over here. I mean, some people can, and there's ways of doing that. It's if you could just get into a group of different energies, different friends. If you just stopped hanging out with poor people and you hang out with rich people, you'd be rich pretty soon. If you stop hanging out with poor thoughts and hang out with rich thoughts, you'll have rich. You know what I mean? Stop reading the Cosmo and start reading, I don't know, Alan Watts. You change things. Stop watching that stupid show and watch a movie that might provide, or a documentary. Start interacting with things that are, it's encompassed in the idea. Don't dress for the job that you have. Dress for the job that you want. Yeah, that'd be the sellout in the sense of authenticity, like like my actual firm foundational beliefs of, like, could I it's a question I asked people the other day. For what dollar amount and for how long could you work at McDonald's? What is your cost of just throwing your, I don't want to say your morals and your ethics, but your standards. Throw those to the side. If I told you I'd give you $1 million to work at McDonald's for a year, some people might consider it. Even people with high moral values, ethics, whatever. I wouldn't for a year. No way. I'd lose my mind. Now, if someone said, "All right, 6 months," I might consider it. If you said a month work at McDonald's for $1 million, I'd throw my integrity right out the window. Because a month, Just that. It's not like if someone was like, go fucking go shoot down, all of this, kill this and da-da. No, that's not gonna happen. But do I know that everything has a little bit of poison in it? Do I know McDonald's is up there on poison? Yeah, but like all in all, people are gonna buy it anyways. It's like people that sell drugs, legal or illegal. They have to know it's not the healthiest thing, but someone's gonna buy it from somewhere. Why wouldn't I gain off of that? Now, my ethical moral boundaries are pretty substantial, and I don't want to do that and can't do that. But if it was just like, all right, work and do some shit you don't really believe in for a tiny bit of time, I think I probably would. In that way, I would sell it, but not for nothing that could ever be real. Like no one's gonna give me $1 million to work at McDonald's for a month. It's not gonna happen. I accept that. So therefore, my morals and ethics stay intact. Uh, yeah, consigning to bullshit. Yeah, and oh well, empathy is a difficult override when you literally can feel pain of others, and it's not moral or ethical obligations, but being an empath and actually connected and going, that's another me, and the cash, I can feel the way they. It's hard to feel that, but then go, well, that's not mine. That's not mine to deal with. It's a tough one. That's a tough one. But, I think that's something that most people should probably get better at doing on a daily basis. I can sympathize, I can empathize, but it doesn't mean it's going to affect me long term. Like, this has happened to me a few times, major league, when I was doing Reiki work and doing massage work for people. And one chick, it was crazy, because her like, this dude who was working at my house, seen that I had a table, and like we had talked, I was like, I do Reiki, da da da. He's like, yo, you gotta work on my girlfriend. He's like, you have to. He's just basically like, I was like, what's the problem? She's like, she's all fucking. I was like, okay, sure. And she came through, and when I did work on her, like she, full on crybaby, da 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 da, and like energy, emotion, da da da, and I wasn't breathing properly, and I pulled it into my hands, and like her trauma, physical trauma as well as mental, I'm sure affected me, because I was sick for the next like 3 days. Like it was like, and looking back on it, that was like one of the times it happened, but I was like, oh, because I was not breathing properly, and I wasn't fluxing the energy out of me. Just like having a thought, someone tells you a thought, it's like watching a movie, right? While you're working with the movie, watching it, you're involved. But as soon as you turn the TV off, as soon as the movie's over, you wash your hands, of the movie, it's done, and move on to the next thing. People need to learn to do that, not carry it with them. Yeah, it's like it's weird. Whenever I played sports, it wasn't because I would get a pat in the back afterwards. Never, because maybe because I was decent, or more importantly, because when I was in a zone. Like I was, that's what I was doing. I was doing doing the creative art of playing the sport, and that's what I got off on. Scoring a goal is awesome. You know what I mean? Making it, getting a basket, playing good defense. This is awesome. It's not because afterwards I'm be like, oh, great job, buddy. And people rely on that afterwards, that a pat in the back. Well, here's a tune I made. Can you hear this? Tell me you can hear this, because I dig this a lot. Yeah, the easiest thing in the world, you don't even have money to pay attention, right? Nobody pays attention. Because they don't necessarily want what you're offering. Because they don't see what it'll do for them. Oh, here you go. Here we go. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, see, that's the dilemma sometimes, is when you try to define who needs it. See, that's what I used to do. I look at somebody and I say, okay, they need $1. They need something, and I would give it to them, but they don't really. It's not gonna give them what they really want out of it. Like, they really don't want to eat another McDonald's burger. They really don't. But they're going to. They don't really want to smoke crack, but they probably will. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, hey, I'm gonna spend the money on food and drugs and alcohol. You can too. How about it? But that's the point, is you can't define it for them. They don't. You have to get a way of defining it for them. Yeah. I have this one really funny white hair right here. Well, actually, there's more than one. Oh my gosh! Huh? It's been bothering me the whole time. I know I shouldn't put it on sepia. The whole time I was like, is that snot? Is that snot there? Oh, they're pretty funny. I don't know if they say you're wise or old. Did I make that? Yeah. Everything I'm playing right now, this is all me. It's from scratch. This is just shit that's been on here, and I'm messing around with it. Do you like it? Do you like it? What's up, Super Champ? You should quit your job. To do what? Listen to me talk a bunch of dumb shit. Let's see what we got here. Trying to find something here. I kind of want more like hip-hoppy R&B shit. Here, let me go grab some ice. I'll be right back. Yeah, but if I'm making income to keep a roof, if I'm being honest, this is not personally supplied completely. I don't make enough from doing this. This is subsidized to a degree. So, in that sense, should my channel make enough money? Yes. But my channel has gotten, I don't know, blacklisted or whatever. It's gotten effed up so many times I can't even like. It should. It doesn't. So working on that. I mean, I'd rather just get gifts from the universe in general. You know, so that way I can do what I want to do that helps people, rather than say, I did something for you, you owe me. I don't like that. I never have. I don't like reciprocation. Unless, of course, it's in the realm of getting and giving head. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm happy to give, but but usually in the world, like, I like the pay it forward thing. I don't want an immediate, like, you know, here's reciprocation for something. I never liked that. Let me get another tune on here. Oh, here's some here's some funky shit. This is like garage music. Maybe Super Champion will like this. You know, like, do you know, like, garage music, what that means? Kind of like, I don't know. Check it out. You know what Super Champion does? He milks bulls for a living. He works on a farm, and he also impregnates cows. He's the cow impregnator. So he milks the bull, then takes the semen and puts it into the cow. That's his job. Doesn't love it, doesn't hate it. He likes it though. I think his professional title is a bull stroker. I couldn't, Rebecca, I couldn't tell if you could tell I was kidding there. You know, I actually forget what Super Champ does. Super Champ, what do you electrician or some shit? I thought you worked like thought you built shit. Electrician? No? He He stimulates wild animals. Well, hey, Rebecca. So, so there's the dilemma. You say, what does he love doing? And I think that's what we were talking about earlier. Does anybody really know what they love doing? Like, I think if you ask most people, I think you know the first three answers that would come out of anybody's mouth. You know, it's not a difficult guess. Although there are some people that probably enjoy eating. There are some people that enjoy playing video games more. I enjoy cooking, but I would never want to do it for a job. I would lose my passion for it. Just like I wouldn't want to, fuck for a living. I would lose my passion for it because it's just like that's just what it becomes so monotonous. It's like some reaching the goal, So like cooking couldn't be it. I don't even know. I like learning. I like teaching. I love doing nothing. Nothing at all. I mean, I love eating, but I don't eat a lot. I think that's probably why. If I ate all the time, I'd be disgusted with it. Do I love the texture, flavor, color, everything about food? I would be a food critic or whatever, but there's too many people that are already that they don't even have taste. They're tasteless, thoughtless, silly people. And you ever see people that have these food shows, and they're always like, "Oh, this is the best thing ever." Like, no, it's not. Everything you eat can't be the best thing ever. During these shows, you have to be able to say, "This is kind of trash. This is kind of average. This is kind of pedestrian. This is sophomoric. This is not good. It's a piece of, piece of toast with margarine on it. It's not good." But they don't do that. There's rarely any time. Why? Because that's part of the show. So you don't get any honest food critics. And the ones you see online trying their hand at it, they try to go overboard with being so critical of things that they're like, what the hell do you enjoy? Wait, hey Spirit, you talking about me dancing or Super Champ dancing? I enjoy dancing, but I wouldn't do it as a... no. Again, it's another one of those things. I like doing it when I like doing it. I like to be out and listen to music every day. I like to dance a little bit every day, but it's whenever I'm struck with that, with good music or I feel like dancing, but it's not all the time. Oh, Super Champ. Dancer. He's a tiny dancer. Tony Danza. The way you said no was like as if I can't dance. Come on. Of course I can dance. Decent. Look, I played soccer. I could dribble around anyone. I can dance. Well, hey, Rebecca, do you see any comments from Super Champion? I have not seen one from him since He said he loves doing nothing. So I don't know if it's just not showing up on my side or how that works. He's not. I don't think. No. I don't think he's awkward. Is he awkward? Super Champion's not awkward. He's a regular astute gentleman. Ow! Alright, Super Champ. Well, enjoy yourself. Oh, you're Akashic record reader. He awkward. You said he awkward AF. How dare you? How dare you call Champion awkward? You like this? You gotta. Hey Rebecca, you gotta tell me on these tunes which way you want me to go. Too housey? You dig it? I'll switch it up a little bit. Yeah, this one's silly. Okay, cool. Hmm. Hmm. So what else? What else? How's everybody's day going? What's good? What time is it for everybody else? Rebecca, what time is it for you? 'Cause it's like 11:30 here, which means, well, it's almost 12. Almost 12 o'clock. Hmm. I might spark another hookah. 'Cause why not? 'Cause what do I have to do today? I don't know. Don't know. I think maybe that's part of the idea of if you got too much future, what do you got to do, and too much like, oh, where have I been and where am I going? I think that probably screw up most people's ability to just be present. My presence is a gift. As I like, well, I guess, I don't know. I mean, that would involve repacking this, the shisha in here. I kind of want to go outside, but it's a chilly day. And that means I'd have to get a bunch of gear on. And I don't know who's going to be out there in the world. Doesn't seem like anybody. It's Thursday. It's like noon. Got the mask mandate on. Damn, it's 6. Oh, that's right. You're in like Launceston. You're in like Lansfield or some British sounding shit, right? You kind of live near. Got a bunch of Brits on here. Which one are you from? Which you're from? Are you from GB? Or are you from proper? I don't even know how that shit works. Get some fresh air. Well, my window is open. I mean, fresh air is great and all, and I'll do that plenty of times today. I don't just sit in here like I'm wasting away like a bump on a log. But Essex. So, is London, is the food in, is your food as shit as far as I can tell, the food there is unequivocally across the board from people that are chefs say the food is trash. That it's not making it into the top like echelon of where you'd want to eat. Is it that bad? Oh, you live. I'm guessing you said you lived in Ireland. Yeah, it is. It is trash. Well, you're not a foodie at all, so you could give two shits. Oh, okay. See, I think I became a foodie. I don't like the word, but yeah, I like the taste of things. I like the texture of things. I'm a very tactile sense person. Like my whole body is an erogenous zone, so food is up there. I mean, there's other things I like more than it's like other. Yeah, it was that Mac Miller line. He said, "I eat pussy, other people eat food." You know what I mean? Like that I would just eat that all day. but but as far as food goes, I think it's because I grew up eating trash. Like I don't know how I'm not dead. You know, between the microwave food and um, the cooking was awful, and then that probably made me want to find out that there's good food. And once I ate good food, I was like, holy shit, this isn't my whole upbringing was a lie. There's actually good food out here. And then I started to learn how to cook, and I was like, holy shit, it's like a whole world. And then I've lived in a bunch of different places, and there'll be like, 3 restaurants that are like, yeah, that's where you go to eat. And the rest of them is like, this is dull. And now I live in the greatest culinary city on earth. You can't, people are like, no, it's Chicago. No, it's New York. You can't compare, because Chicago has, 8 million people, and New York has 20 million. It's something ridiculous. And here there's like 500,000. It's not even close. But the amount of restaurants and how good the food is in New Orleans, it's not even, it's like the worst food here is the best food you have in your city. That's I'll put that on anything, because I've lived there, and I know how, like if you go out somewhere, it's because the standard is so high that of the level of food, the standard is already so high that if you come in there trying to do some bullshit, you're not gonna last, because no one's gonna eat it, because it's already like everybody makes better food than you. So you come in here, you're already upper echelon, and so from that, like I get to eat like the shit here that is they'll throw out is what they'd serve at restaurants in other cities. You couldn't. Oh yeah. I'll put the music back on. Oh, because my voice is stupid. You don't want to listen to me talk. Shit, my fault. Put the music back on. What do we got here? Well, this is kind of funny. I have a lot of different kinds of beats on here. So this is my Electribe, and my other machine, I make very much, and this one I make very, very different beats on. Like I have things that are kind of just weird, and then I have shit that is very house music, and then a lot of hip hop. My other one I make almost strictly hip hop and R&B on. But this one is I just want to dick around. Well, I think you say food is food because then that proves my point, Rebecca. That if you've been to the highest class restaurants in London and food is food, then London food sucks. Because if you've never experienced food that made you go, oh my god, I'm almost gonna fucking come in my pants, then you haven't eaten. You don't even know what food tastes like. It could have been stuck up atmosphere, bad music, bad crowd, or the food just wasn't that good. Whatever it is, I'm just suggesting that like with the regular budget, the way that most people eat in this city, you're never gonna have a meal that doesn't go, what the fuck? This is so delicious. Food is not, to me, just nourishment. It is literally the experience of eating. Fuck Italian cooking too. It's one specific thing. It's tomatoes and pasta. I've been to Italy. I've eaten it. Pizza's great. Pasta's good. Whatever. It's good. It's just not everything. You haven't had Caribbean. You haven't had Cajun. You haven't. No. That's like saying I love Mexican food. I love Italian food. Screw it. Eat Cajun food. You don't even know spices. You want some tomatoes and basil on some ground up fucking pasta? How about it? That's not food. That's not that good. I don't care. Well, here, so Portugal, France. Big influence on the cooking down here is French. I've never been to France. I don't know. I know that most of what they do, it's about the technique. This is why the French, because the technique and all of the steps to make something proper. But here, there's an influence of that style of cooking, but then also unlimited, like no boundaries, and the amount of spices that you use. It's a whole. It's Indian, you know. Cajun. The word Cajun is Indian. So people used to say Indian is Indian is Cajun. Cajuns are Indians, the native Indians, and then the hybrids. But yeah. So Caribbean, yeah. Oh, Caribbean cooking's up there. Yeah, Caribbean cooking is up there for me. Without question. But that's a specific taste. Um, so like Creole, Cajun, and Caribbean. Like Caribbean is its own thing. It influences. It's part of. But I think you'd say that Creole is the. I might be wrong about this, but I think Creole is the entirety that includes Cajun, and then Caribbean is an influence, or it's Cajun is the entirety and Creole. I think Creole is the entirety though, like Creole food. Oh yeah. There's a there's a bunch of Caribbean barbecue joints that I really like. I mean, I like Caribbean, chicken and their fish dishes are always dope because they use enough spices. They know what they're doing. Haha, this one's funny. Told you, make some funny beats, huh? Oh, see, this is funny. You say Caribbean. This is called zouk. It's a type of music. Zouk. It's kind of Caribbean. You hear it? Here, turn that shit up. This is like Caribbean. That's funny you said that. Right there. You hear it? Yeah, here it is. This is like Caribbean beach. Some fish, some plantains, some whatever. Like Colin, yeah. It's got that Mario Kart feel too. See, this is what people always tell me, like a lot of shit that I make very cartoony or video gamey, but I'll take something that's like I'll try to get it just to a strict Caribbean kind of. Here, let me see what we can do here. Let me see what I can do for you. There you go. That's what you need right there. I'm just gonna switch it up all crazy. We're gonna keep the same pattern, but I'm just gonna switch up the parts. You'll see. Colin. What up? Words over my tracks. You know, I write a lot. I just don't. It would take a different program and. Words over this. There's some that I have. I just don't record it. Well, I mean, it is, but what it would take is that it would take the correct program, because what I have, I'm not going to be able to adjust the I can't master things on this. Like if I record something, I can't make it perfectly in tune and adjust my voice slightly. You know, like it's gonna sound a little off. It'll sound a little crusty. And I mean, I just don't have the program. I don't have the money for it. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't like working on computers. Do it. You wanna go grab my book of rhymes? Here's some more stupid shit. Make it shoddy, I mean, I guess. Just do it. Just fucking do it already, man. Here. All right, how about this? I'll give you one song to listen to for the next minute and a half. I gotta piss, and I guess I'll make a new hookah, and then we'll maybe I'll grab my book of rhymes or just you want me a freestyle. You want me to freestyle for real? It's really weird. I could talk all day, and I could freestyle with people in public. Like I don't mind. I'm not great, but whenever after I've been writing for a while, I can freestyle a little bit, but doing it on camera is weird. I'd be too like I'm not self-conscious at all talking to the camera, but to freestyle I would trip on my words. I would see and hear myself doing it. Like here it doesn't bother me at all. Like I can do all this and talk and whatever, and I won't even flinch. I can even hear myself on reverb on this shit. It doesn't fuck me up too bad. But if I started to rap and spit bars, dude, it's just because it's not sleek and shiny and shit that I know how good it could be, and I know people out there that are trash that make it sound good. And it's like I'd rather have it sound good and not sound like a fucking. I don't want to be stepping all over my own feet. Please do it. Never say please, Rebecca. What did you say? Here, enjoy this. I'll be right back. I gotta piss and make a hookah. So 2 minutes, yeah? Yeah, you don't like sleek and shiny. I get it, but how about give me a second, because here's the thing is, when I'm in the mood or in the mode, I'll do it. It's like if someone's like, hey, do that thing you do. It's like when some people ask me to do a voice that I can do, like do the radio DJ voice. Welcome to the 85 FM in the morning. Welcome to, I could do that. But if someone says do it, can't do it. I could get into just about doing anything, but it's got to be in there. It's got to be like part of what I'm doing, Let's get this hookah set up, and maybe this hookah will inspire me. What do you think? Okay, it's taking longer than 2 minutes, I know. And you know what? And you know what it is? It's this thing that when you put yourself in the league of animals, like, I don't listen to shitty hip hop. I listen to by far the best of the best hip hop on the planet, lyricists. And while I'm not on that level, I'm close enough if I'm writing. And to just spit weak ass shit, I don't like to compare myself to others. But if I wrote something down and said it, you know, so that's always a tough thing. It's like, not trying to compare myself to the greats by any means. No way. I haven't even fucking ever recorded a song for real. But lyrically, written word, I don't doubt that I'm up there. So when I'm just saying some weird shit, I just feel like, what a fucking dope. Let me explain a little further. If I'm out there in the quarter on the block, or just and people are just like making beats and we're just rapping, that's free right there. We all just dicking around. But this is recorded. You know what I mean? There's just something a little different. This would be like one of the underground realms in like Mario Brothers or some shit. What's up, Yataku? What are you doing? I'll be right back. I'm gonna spark this coal and then we'll get back to what we're doing. Oh, speaking of, I forgot to put ice in here. Yeah, this for sure could be in a video game. Yeah, that shit goes kind of hard. Like video game style, in like a dungeon realm or something. Hey, look. it has nothing to do with commercial success. It just has to do quality, you know? That's all. Like, if you were hanging out here with me and this wasn't on, we split bars and talk shit. I don't care. But there's just some level of, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and try to teach you how to crochet. Look like a dummy. I'd rather do that in my own time behind the scenes or whatever. Ah, Yadaku, yeah. You like this tune? Yeah. Let me see. Try to find something like this for you. Maybe this. No, that's not it. Here you go. You ready for this? Yeah, just wait for it. It's gonna get crazy. Well, thanks, Yadaku, man. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm sure you can tell, but I go through realms. Like, we got that little, like, upper... So I'm fucking and playing around with this. And then we go deep bass line, like, heavy, like, hard, like, ugh. So I'm trying to play that way. And so it becomes more symphonic, more like a movie score or some shit. But I try to do it in a small space, you know? It's just, we're just looping on 8 here. And there's that. It's like, what's his name? Norb's World. Yeah, Norbs, you know Norbs? He says, your life should be every day an exploration of all the different chakras and energies. So I like to get through all that shit, you know? I mean, not always. Sometimes it's like kind of light and fluffy and whatever, but sometimes it's got to be like... Let's see what we can do here. Oh, this one's about to be super dirty. You ready for dirty? Turn this bitch up too. It's about to go real hard. Put your seatbelt on. Are you ready? I think I made these maybe like 6 years ago, around Halloween. You guys get to hear all my kind of funny ones. These are so funny. Yeah. that, Rebecca? tend to your tend to your flock. Tend to your flock. Enjoy. What do we got here? Toodles. I will remind everybody here, and in the future, if anybody made it this far, thumbs up are free. You can always comment beneath on any of the things I've said or played. And you can donate if you want to keep a roof over my head and keep this camera on and all that. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, it's description box. My name is TsarXen at PayPal and at Cash App too. So feel free. Put a couple dollars in the donation bucket. I've been doing this for 2.5 hours. I've been doing this for 5 years. It's worth it. Keeps me happier if I have enough funding. So if you want to, you can. And you don't have to leave because you don't feel like tipping. You just stand there. See, it's a little different. When people do, people busk in the streets, you got to kind of stand there. And if you don't tip, on here, you don't get that luxury. People can just go, oops, and just dip. You know, that's the difference. On here, you have to. It's a different thing. People feel like when they're there, they feel, even if they're only there for a couple minutes, they feel more obligated. Like I've seen people play shitty music for literally 2 minutes and a minute, 30 seconds, and people give them a tip, $1, $2, $3. I don't get them $1, $2, $3, and I 2.5 hours of great music, engaging, intelligent, funny conversation, and these motherfuckers in the street playing shitty music, making more than I am. Crazy, right? Shouldn't be that way. It's up to you to change that. What do we got here? Well, shit. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. It's 2.5 hours. I'm gonna go get some fresh air, make a couple of emails, phone calls. But it's good to see everybody. Hope you're well. I'll try to get on here a little later today. A little more motivation. Kind of spent on this thing and talking. I'll try to have a couple news, subjects, and maybe I'll grab my other instrument out and listen to some different beats. Hope y'all are well. Take care of yourself first. Right there. Take care of yourself. Because you're the most important thing in your experience. And then once you do, take care of others. So if you find in your heart, feel free. Give a donation, a gift, whatever, to me. This guy over here. Because en Lakesh, I am you and you are me. So if you got extras, hey, hand it over. If I got extras, I'll help you out. And be weird. Be yourself. Because everybody else is already taken. Have a glorious day. Enjoy yourselves. And we will talk soon. Toodles, everybody.